Hello, proud homeowners! My name is Harold and I am the exterior cleaning expert. I've got a few questions for you today. Is your home your most valuable asset? Probably so. Does your car cost more than your home? Probably not. Would you drive your car around town all year without washing it? I hope not. I guess what I'm getting at is your home needs a bath too. Does this look like your home? Built up dirt, mold, mildew, and algae doesn't just make your home look ugly, it can actually cause damage. So, now that we've established the fact that your home needs a bath too, let's go over the 5 major categories that your home can be broken down into. 1. The substrate or the building material. 2. The roof. 3. The gutters. 4. Concrete. And finally 5. Wood. Alright, let's start with number 1. The building material. Examples would be vinyl, brick, stucco, painted hardy board, Dryvit, etc. All of these materials have one thing in common. They're the first thing that you see when you enter someone's residence or your home. So we want to keep them clean. The proper method of cleaning these materials would be a method known as soft washing. And what soft washing entails is letting the chemicals do the work rather than the pressure doing the work. So the chemical is sodium hypochlorite, also known as bleach, with a touch of surfactant. The surfactant allows the bleach to dwell in place longer and do its job to loosen up the organisms, the organics, the dirt, etc. Once it dwells there for about 7 to 10 minutes, you're going to come back with a low pressure, high volume rinse. Damage free every time. If you're hiring a contractor to do this, make sure you're using the right method. The right method is soft washing. The roof! The roof! The roof is ugly! No, seriously, let's talk about roofs. The second part of the home. Alright, so you pull up in your driveway, you look up, and you see these ugly black streaks, and even some green things growing on your roof. Well, those green things are known as lichen. Lichen can be particularly damaging because they actually feed off of the minerals in asphalt shingle. That's something to think about. It's actually eating away at your roof. So let's talk about the proper method of washing your roof. With each step, there's going to be some hazards and some precautions that need to be taken. So you need to make sure you hire a competent contractor. First step is going to be the application of sodium hypochlorite. Sodium hypochlorite is going to be a reoccurring theme. It's a secret potion. Don't tell anybody. Okay, so we apply the sodium hypochlorite. We got to make sure that everything surrounding the perimeter of the house is pre-wet, post-rinsed, reroute. We got to make sure this stuff it'll kill grass, it'll kill landscaping. Sodium hypochlorite kills stuff. But the good thing about sodium hypochlorite is when it dries, it turns into salt. Salt doesn't really kill much. So, once you have the application, mitigate the dangers, you let it dry. It turns into salt. Then we let the best rinser of all time come in and do the work. Mother Nature. After a few rains, you're going to see 100% improvement. The roof is going to look brand new. The rain's going to come, it's going to rinse off all that dead organic stuff, the dirt, and you're going to have some salt water as well, because remember, sodium hypochlorite turns into salt. So, one last hazard to mitigate. Salt water can throw off the pH in your soil. So we need to throw out some neutralizing pellets around the areas where most of the runoff is going to go to mitigate the pH change in the soil. So, in summary, just make sure you hire a competent contractor because roof washing can go wrong fast. Gutters. They're good when they're good, but they're bad when they're bad. The thing about gutters is they only function as well as they're maintained. You can't have uh, gutters full of leaves and all kind of debris that will prevent the water from flowing through them. The primary purpose of gutters is to redirect the flow of water, rainfall, away from the home's foundation. There are a few different products, gutter guards and screens, and a few other products that claim to be able to prevent debris from going into the gutters at all, so you don't have to maintain them. But from my experience, these things do not work. It makes it more difficult to get in and remove the debris because you have to go inside of the screens, remove the screens, and it's not worth it. The best thing to do is to do maintenance regularly, depending on how many trees you have on your property or next to your property. It could be anywhere from once a month to once a year. That's going to be on you and the contractor you choose to determine that frequency. But the key thing to remember about gutters is they only function as well as they are maintained. The fourth area of concern, concrete, one of my favorites. Concrete is one of the most durable building materials in existence. So durable that bomb shelters are constructed out of it. So durable that many homeowners do not believe it requires maintenance. Well, it does. Mostly for aesthetic purposes, but it requires maintenance nonetheless. We want to have our driveways, walkways, sidewalks, patio slabs, etc. cleaned every 9 to 24 months. The final area of concern, wood, such as decks, fences, pergolas, patios, etc. Wood has a natural beauty that appeals to almost everyone. The downside to this natural beauty is it can lose its luster over time when left exposed to the elements. So there's two steps when it comes to restoring that natural beauty. Step 1, remove the contaminants, the dirt, the mildew, the mold, the algae. Now, when removing these contaminants, it requires a certain amount of pressure. The amount of pressure can vary from different types of wood. So keep that in mind. The second step in restoring that natural beauty is staining and sealing. Staining is not so much necessary, but at minimum, you want to seal the wood. Sealing the wood will help prevent future contaminants from becoming embedded in the wood. This will make it 100% easier to maintain for the rest of its life. Lastly, the most important question of all, who's going to perform the work? Will you spend your weekend getting dirty, wet, and sweaty? Maybe. If not, then you should hire a professional. Don't just hire any professional. Do your homework. Call the professional, ask them a few questions. Number 1, are you licensed and insured? If so, would you be willing to produce a certificate? Number 2, will you be utilizing the low pressure cleaning techniques as we discussed previously in this video? In addition to asking the contractor a few basic questions, you also want to do your own homework. Go on to review sites such as Google, Facebook, or Yelp, locate the company, read reviews. Go to the contractor's website, make sure everything looks professional. In addition to reading reviews, use your overall judgment. A quality professional is going to care about how they are perceived, which means that they're going to be dressed in uniform, they're going to have commercial grade equipment, they're going to have lettering on their truck, they're going to have business cards, they're going to have a professional website. And like I said, use your common sense. Don't just hire the first one, or don't just hire the cheapest one. This is your most valuable asset. So use your judgment, use your common sense, go with your gut, use what you learned from this video, and until next time, have a good one.